Hello everybody, welcome to Tony the Mole Adams YouTube channel for another week. I'm coming to you from Belgrade, Serbia. I am staying in a hotel where all the teams are staying at the European Under-19s Championships. 6 teams are playing. The final on Saturday is going to be between England and France. And one of Tony's neighbours, almost neighbours, sort of next suburb along, Jason the Dr. Deeth, he's here with his son. His son Phoenix is playing for the Ukraine. We tried walking around the hotel and talking to passers-by, but the internet isn't so great. So I'll just come back to my dorm room here, my modest dorm room, and we're going to shoot the nearest or the newest episode of Midweek Scoops. Tony, how are you? And did you enjoy State of Origin?
Yeah, I did. It was certainly tough, hard, almost brutal, you could say, Steve, and an unusual game in that you expect that for the first 10, 15 minutes of Origin. I think the bash and barge went for about 60 minutes before we even saw the two halfbacks, Daly Cherry Evans and Mitchell Moses, start to do a few things with the ball, and the poor wingers barely touched the ball apart from doing hit-ups from deep in their own territory. I cannot remember a backline move by either team. So I think they were determined to just bash each other out of the game. And the Blues finally started playing a bit of footy, scored the 2 late tries, and have got the trophy. So a memorable win for New South Wales in enemy territory.
Now, it's been described as the highest quality rugby league match ever played, but by the look of your comments, it wasn't to your taste. And by the sound of what you just said.
It wasn't simply because of basically what I just said, in that, yes, it was tough, hard, and all the things we like about rugby league, but we also like to see skillful backline moves, wingers diving over in the corner, players taking each other on out wide, and there just was very little of that. It was just, as I said, they were trying to out tough each other, and you expect that early on, but it just kept going on, and the pace was frenetic. I can understand how people got excited by it, but I was just waiting for it to open up, and it took till the 60th minute. So yeah, very, very interesting game, and I think both camps will look back on it and take plenty out of it. But I think the Blues won because they decided to change tactics a little bit and actually play football and not do the bash and barge.
Now, Chad Townsend has recently got a new contract at the Roosters, and Paul Gallen let slip that when they played together at Cronulla, they didn't get on so well, and that's led to lots of speculation and quite a few stories. But you've got sort of a new twist on that story.
Yeah, that's right. Well, it was unusual considering these two guys won a competition together. Gal admitted that there's been a falling out, but Chad reached out to him during the week, and I can report that they've kissed and made up, so to speak, and the feud is now over, and the two, possibly I'd say, have agreed to disagree. They're two very different individuals. You know them both. I know them both. Different types of people, and as Gal explained, you're not going to be great mates with everyone in your football club, and I can see where he's coming from. But basically, the fire's been put out, and the pair have agreed to move on. Brothers for life, as Chad said.
Nelson Asofa-Solomona recently put up an Instagram post that indicated he was not staying at Melbourne, but there's been a lot of speculation about where he might be off to. Tony, you've got an item about that, perhaps linking into Japanese rugby union?
Yeah, well, his manager did confirm to me that Japanese rugby are very keen to get him, but he also said that Nelson's going to see out his contract, which finishes at the end of next year. Now, I've heard this from managers many times, and it doesn't always work out that way, but we'll just have to wait and see how things pan out with that one.
And the Dogs have been a surprise packet this year, haven't they? With the club footy resuming again tomorrow as we record this. And you got a nice item about the sort of the hurdles the Bulldogs have had to overcome to be in the finals reckoning.
Yeah, I spoke to Gus Gould, the Bulldogs supremo, for the want of a better word, and he said, he's proud of the playing group, particularly as we have the way it works in the NRL. You name 30 players to start the season, and most clubs would have used, I'd say, 3/4 or so of their top 30 by now. Certainly by the end of the season, they'll use just about all of them. Well, the Bulldogs have been operating with basically 25 players because he listed them to me just quickly. Zane Tetevano quit because of injury. Carl Olapupu, the young up and coming 5'8", has a neck injury. Ryan Sutton has a knee injury. And Daniel Suluka Fafita has been playing the lower grade. So that's 5 guys have not played a first grade game between them. So it's quite a feat by the Dogs, and they've got a bit of money in the salary cap as a result of these guys, particularly Tetevano, going. But they've decided to keep their powder dry, but look for them to sign a few more players for next year. And the way they're going, they've been steady improvers. I think next year they'll be shooting at the top 4 even.
And finally, this is the place where you hear young players' names. I'm here in Serbia, 6 countries here, under 19s, plenty of very talented young players here. But this is the channel where you hear players' names for the first time. And Liam Ison is a Sharks player who you've mentioned and you find a lot of in your column, Tony.
Yeah, that's right. And he plays for the Sharks feeder club Newtown in the New South Wales Cup. He scored a hat-trick last weekend. He's a Panthers junior, obviously saw a better chance at Cronulla. I've been told by people at Cronulla he's a Ryan Pappenhausen type fullback, a little pocket rocket. And Sharks are about to upgrade and extend him. And when you think Will Kennedy's sort of not a youngster anymore, I think I looked him up and he's about 28. So in a couple of years, maybe we'll see Liam Ison in that fullback role for the Sharks.
Well, thanks for joining us, Tony. We had the internet dropping in and out here in Eastern Europe, but I'm looking forward to being next week. I think I'm going to be in France doing this. So there you go. I'm on the move constantly. I'm going to be in Oz too. We'll actually sit in the same room and do it in September. I'm coming back in September.
Really? Well,
yes, awesome.
I can't
wait. You sound so enthusiastic. Okay. Well, thanks everybody for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and of course, go to nine.com.au and read Tony's columns. We'll see you next week, Tony. Thanks a lot.